Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to Cinema Chazzy, the segment on this channel where I talk about the movies that I watch, baby. It's all about the behind the scenes up in here, talking about, the secrets on set, and what I thought about the directing, the casting, the editing, the whole 9 yards, Today's movie is something that you guys probably already saw coming, probably not just because I announced it in another video that I talked about, the classic horror villains, some time ago. One of them was Michael Myers, and today I'm going to be reviewing Halloween 2018, a movie that took so long to finally come to Netflix. I waited so long to watch it and I finally did. So I know that this review is very late, I know that pretty much the entire world at this point has already watched the movie, but still guys, I don't really care about jumping on the hype train too much anymore. I used to review movies on this channel after I saw them in theaters, to try to get on the hype wagon, but now I just want to review whatever the hell I want to, talk about my favorite movies, in whatever order they're in, and I really want to talk about Halloween 18, The first time reviewing a Halloween movie, here on this channel, one of the classic horror villains. And now here's the thing, in case you guys missed it, Halloween 2018, well, it's actually just called Halloween, but it's actually, calling it Halloween 2018 is an easier way to differentiate it from the first Halloween back in 78, but they both do have the same title. But the one in 78, now what they did is they retconned everything that happened between that movie and this one. So it's like in the canon now, in the movie's lore, only the first movie exists, and then 40 years later we have this one here that released in 2018. So it's actually very confusing, but then again, it does get rid of a lot of the cringier sequels, like we've got the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch thing where there's a coven that worships Michael Myers. That's just some weird stuff, man, And Halloween H2O we can definitely do without. But anyway, so the way that this movie works is that they have established the first movie's events as canon. Michael really did kill his sister when he was younger and come back many years later and go on a killing spree, and then he just disappeared. Now, 40 years later, we have a post-traumatic Laurie Strode, his sister, trying to deal with it, and she's had a family of her own. She even has grandchildren now, and throughout her years, she has been very, very paranoid, and with good reason, that Michael Myers would eventually return, on a Halloween night to try to kill her, as was his original intention back in the day. And so then we have her trying to protect her family, but now she's actually a little shunned by her family because everybody thinks she's crazy, even though the first movie is acknowledged as canon. So you really shouldn't think that this lady is crazy because she actually did see the killer. He is a real thing in this town, And then apparently only her granddaughter can connect to her. Her own daughter doesn't really like her too much, they'd only invite her to places, so they kind of see her as like an outcast of sorts. But of course, it turns out that Laurie is right, and then Michael Myers does escape from the asylum that he's in, and this time he's very, very old. It's really strange because the actor who plays him, we don't ever really see his face, but it's weird just to see some kind of human embodiment of Michael Myers to some degree, We do see the back of his head. He shows a little bit, he kind of moves to try to look at something behind him, Then they pull out his mask and he feels it, Apparently they are two reporters, two podcasters from England, or one of them is English, and they're just trying to get a story on Michael, and they are actually there just to serve as kill fodder because they're actually the first victims that Michael claims when he breaks out, because they have his mask, so of course he's gonna go after them and kill them and take his mask, so they're pretty much just there for that, they're kind of useless in my opinion, but they did still do very well to establish the story, they were there to kind of give it kind of like a little jump start to the plot, but I do think that the way they were inserted in general became a little useless because all they did was provoke Michael Myers unnecessarily, invoke his rage, and he comes out there and killed him, Although it was satisfying to see Michael Myers kill people again after so many years, But boy, was it brutal.
40 years ago, on Halloween night, Michael Myers murdered 3 people.
After that horrific night, he was sent back to the institution in captivity.
Now, here's the thing, guys. If you know anything about Michael Myers, you know that he is a remorseless and unstoppable killing machine, He uses his trademark machete. I was gonna say machete knife. Wow, I fused him and Jason. He uses his trademark knife, to slice people, and it's just the way that he does it is very, very intriguing because he doesn't feel anything, Michael Myers is the ultimate killing machine because he literally just goes around and kills. He doesn't speak. He moves very slowly. He never runs. I have never seen Michael Michael Myers run? He always walks, you know, he stalks his prey. He goes very slowly and somehow ends up in random places at random times and kills random people for no reason at all, you know? So this movie did really well to establish that. You know, we did have Judy Greer playing Laurie Strode's daughter, and of course Jamie Lee Curtis coming back and reprising her role as Laurie, a much older lady now, very classy, you know, and she has been prepping for this ever since the day it happened, you know. Then why exactly 40 years later it happens, I don't know what the thing. I think they just wanted to kind of like, hey, we did a Halloween age 20, you know, a few years ago, so why don't we kind of do the same thing 20 years later, you know? Then in another 20 years there's gonna be Halloween age 60, I guarantee you, you know. My children are definitely going to see the Halloween 60 movie. But anyway, so, and then the way that they kind of, it wasn't exactly a reboot, you know, they did try to remake the movie, remake some elements with a more modern aesthetic, which was really nice, you know. I do believe there was very little CGI. I'm pretty sure the whole movie was with practical effects. I don't think there was any CGI at all, but it definitely was very hard to shoot, you know. And then we see Laurie trying to protect her family, you know. When Michael does eventually break out, he inevitably breaks out, you know, and then he goes on his little killing spree exactly on Halloween night. And of course it seems a little innocent because whenever he walks by people, they think he's just a person in a costume and a mask because it is Halloween, so they kind of just walk right past him without really thinking too much about it, you know. And then he actually goes inside of a shed, picks up a knife, and actually he picks up a hammer to what? Who's calling me? I don't know. Go away. He actually picks up a hammer and kills a poor old lady, and then he picks up the knife from her kitchen, and then that's when he goes and starts his official Michael Myers spree. Now, it's really iconic for a number of reasons, because just seeing the character of Michael Myers, you know, going around and doing what he does best is obviously very, very interesting. You know, it's nice to see it. It's very nostalgic, you know. Might be insensitive to say that it's awesome, but it kind of is, because it's Michael Myers, man. It's Michael freaking Myers. He's my favorite horror villain of all time, you know, and the one who I consider to be the best above everyone else. So to see him, you know, enacting, like, not even enacting revenge, just doing what he does best, you know, for no reason at all, was just really cool. And of course, there were many, many instances where we see a few callbacks to the original series. We actually see Loomis, you know, and apparently now he's, it's the same character, but now he's actually kind of a villain too, because he wants to protect Michael Myers to some degree. He doesn't want anyone to hurt him, so he even kills a cop at one point. But yeah, man, it was crazy.
I have prayed every night that he would escape.
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Oh yeah, by the way, a fun fact for you guys, aside from Jamie Lee Curtis, who was obviously going to be in the movie since the beginning, we actually have Nick Castle reprising his role as Michael Myers like in the original, but we also have another guy playing his some dude named James Courtney, no, James Jude Courtney, you know. He actually played Michael Myers in a few of the scenes where I imagine there had to be a few more stunts, because Nick Castle is probably very old by now, you know. So anyway, as the movie plays on, we see a few very, very creative kills by Myers. There was actually very little blood. It was very brutal, very graphic, you know. The imagery was really graphic, but there was actually very little blood. I was expecting much more, you know. When I got into the movie, I was excited to watch it, but I was also feeling a little strange, like, oh god, there's gonna be blood, there's gonna be blood, and there was actually surprisingly little blood. And the ending was actually pretty climactic. It was really cool because they through a series of traps, they lure Michael Myers to Laurie's basement, where she actually has like a whole freaking emergency bunker set up, you know, where freaking she has a lot of guns and weapons and stuff, you know. So she's really been getting set up, you know, and doing some target practicing and shooting, so she can actually try to hit Michael when he finally shows up. And then through a series of clever, you know, trickery, they actually managed to trap him in the basement and lock him in there with a few spikes. And then she sets the house on fire, the whole entire house, and then they escape. And then we actually see him there, you know, burning. We see the last image of his mask there, you know, burning, you know, like we don't see Michael Myers' emotions, but we can tell that he's probably feeling very angry, you know. He got trapped down there. But then later, close to the end, we actually see that in the basement. It shows us the basement again, but Michael is nowhere in sight. So, and this is Michael Myers, this is a Halloween movie, so obviously they're not gonna kill off Michael Myers, you know. This guy can't die, he never will die, unless you follow the guide provided by the film theorists over here, this video that shows you guys how to kill him, you know. Very interesting videos. You guys really should watch it, you know, and subscribe to that channel, because I really love film theory. I really should get sponsored by him at one point, because I talk so much about his videos in my channel. But anyway, so And then the ending was pretty satisfying, but at the same time it wasn't, because I kind of wanted more. I kind of wanted to see a little bit more of Michael Myers. You know, I wanted to see more of what he could offer. You know, but I don't know, man. I still think it was nice. I still think it was really cool. You know, that was one hell of a movie. It was really nice to finally watch it. You know, and I mean, I actually got no spoilers. You know, there weren't many spoilers online. You know, as I was waiting for my chance to watch it. You know, but I kind of already knew what was gonna happen, because I mean, every Halloween movie kind of follows the same style. You know, and this one was a major callback to the original, where everyone escapes and Michael Myers. It's left ambiguous. You know, because in the original movie he falls from a balcony after being shot. We see his body. Then we look back and we don't see his body anymore. So same thing here. So obviously he survived, you know, and we're definitely gonna see him again in another 20 years, you know, when they release Halloween Age 60 in 2038. We're definitely gonna see that. That's gonna be something to look forward to.
The bus crashed.
Michael Myers escaped.
He'll return to Haddonfield, his home.
I need to protect my family.
You have no security system, Karen.
Mom, you need help.
Evil is real.
Anyway, I think the movie was really cool, you know, it was really nice, it was awesome, you know, and apparently it was very successful in the box office, because it had a budget of about 10 to 15 million dollars or so, you know, somewhere around that, and it ended up grossing 255 million dollars. So I mean, yeah, it's just a little bit successful there, huh? You know, a very good return on investment there for the director. And who was the director, by the way? I forgot. The director, let me check my little handy dandy tablet here. The director of this movie was David Gordon Green, you know. So it's funny because I had a cheat sheet here and I didn't even use it at all for the video. Only now did I actually look up the director. But anyway, I thought it was really well cast, you know. Everybody did a really good job. I know I say that about all the movies, but it's really rare for a movie to be very badly casted. I think everybody did a pretty okay job, you know, especially Judy Greer playing Laurie's daughter and her husband, you know, his hair kind of like estranged from her, you know. I think that the dynamics were really, really well done. And we had, of course, Loomis, who was trying to, let me just take a quick look here so I don't make any mistakes, you know. I do believe that the Loomis was, let me see here. Robert Hood, Allison's friend. Where's Loomis? Where is Loomis? Let me see exactly who he was. Where is Loomis? You're not showing me Loomis, the character guy. What? There is no Loomis? Dr. Ah, here we go. I actually said it wrong earlier at the beginning. It was actually Dr. Ranbir Sartain, Michael's psychiatrist and Samuel Loomis's former student. Okay, so Loomis wasn't even in the damn movie. Wow, I really suck. Okay, but anyway, so here's the thing, and apparently there are going to be sequels. Look, it said that in 2019 there were confirmed to be sequels too. Look at that. This is really cool. It was announced that there would be a character original Halloween film, and Paul Rudd is going to star in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. No, sorry, that's an old movie. On August 30th, 2019, it was announced that Kyle Richards would reprise her role as Lindsay Wallace from the original. That's not what I want. Oh, here we go. On July 8th, 2020, it was announced that both Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends have been pushed back a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and Halloween Kills, the sequel, will be released on October 15th, 2021. This year, dudes. This year. I'm gonna watch it and review it for you guys. And then Halloween Ends on October 2022. You know, so they're both going to be releasing on the month of Halloween, so that's gonna be really cool. Although you could release it on Halloween Day. In my opinion, would make it a little better. But anyway, so I think the movie was really cool, man. You know, the set designs were amazing. You know, the tense atmosphere was really there, you know, where they pounded it, the drama, you know, and the soundtrack in the background. They did use the classic Halloween theme, which was really awesome. I love that little nod there to the original. It was really cool. And I think that they invoked a lot of fear through Michael Myers. You know, I think that the actors, both of the actors were reprising him. Nick Castle was already Michael Myers from the beginning. So, but I think it was really cool how they interpreted Michael in a different way, you know, with a more modern aesthetic. I think it was really nice. Everything about the movie was pretty much flawless. And because I am a fanboy of Michael Myers, it is impossible to give this movie anything less of a rating than 10 out of 10 right there, guys. So it's impossible. I'm sorry, it's impossible. I'm such a fanboy. But yeah, guys, I really thought it was awesome. Definitely worth a watch. Although it would be nice if you watch the first one, if you can, the original back in '78, and then you can go and watch this one because it makes more sense. But you don't really have to. If you want to watch it now while it's still on Netflix, you know, that would make a lot of sense too. But that's it. Michael Myers is enduring, man. The purest form of evil there has ever existed. God, I love that guy. But anyway, I think that's it for my review. You know, wanted to give you guys a little bit of information here about the movie, and it kind of ties into what I've been talking about, the classic killers, the serial killers, and now this one here. And after this, I'm going to be getting into a whole different territory of videos, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and you'll be sticking around for the next few then, okay? So if you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like or a dislike if you didn't like it at all. You should still subscribe anyway, because there will definitely be something that you will enjoy sometime down the line. And also be sure to freaking murder this damn motorcycle, bro, with Michael Myers' kitchen knife. Hit that notification bell so you can know exactly when I upload a video, because I upload videos every single day. Sometimes I upload one, sometimes I upload two at random times of the day. So you gotta hit that bell to know exactly when they're gonna be coming out, okay? And that's it, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.
He is a killer, but he will be killed tonight. Happy Halloween, Michael.